To become a donor with Nehemiah wasn't a hard decision, because I believe in business and I believe in doing it from a biblical perspective. Supporting something that was teaching biblical values was incredibly exciting to me. We have seen a lot of people try, but to put process to it as well was what was really important. Because of that, I saw that my dollars that I were donating through the Nehemiah program, not to just sit in Nehemiah, but touching people and bringing the gospel to a world that needs a message of how to do business in a biblical fashion. The biggest blessing for Karen and I, when we do give, is that number one, we get to see our dollars that God, I say our dollars, God's dollars that are funneling through our fingers do some good, to change our culture, to be salt and light, and to hear the testimonies that come back. It blesses us. We're not always fortunate enough to be able to understand and hear what kinds of good has come out of what we've given. But there are nuggets that do come back, and I think the greatest blessing has been being able to hear what those stories are. If I were to think about what the greatest change has been at Nehemiah, it's probably the e-community. From going from a concept to a full-blown website and community that can communicate through the community, allowing not only education but coaching and the access to capital. That's been pretty amazing to me to see how fast that's actually come together. I've been given credit for moving things forward when really all I've done is provided some mentorship. I've just said, this is the way it needs to be, just do it. Get it done. Don't talk about it forever, let's move forward. And from my standpoint, the process that's happened, the fact that it's been made to come to fruition, I've seen such a professional level be upscaled on an annual basis, even more than that sometimes, that we're seeing this explode in the world, and I'm excited about that. In the process of setting up the e-community and the education coaching, it's always been the third leg that we knew was important to have access to capital, to have those dollars available to individuals that have gone through the process of setting up a great business plan and then being able to implement it, but needing to have just a few more dollars sometimes in order to really make an impact about going out and touching our world. So I believe the access to capital is probably the high octane fuel that's going to take Nehemiah to the next level. Being able to bring dollars to bear into a company that's written their business plan, and individuals written their business plans, going to allow them to launch and touch more people for our world with a biblical culture. And if you think about culture and what that is, bottom line, it's being able to be salt and light, and we've talked about that. To be able to change things in a way that wouldn't be able to be done otherwise. There's a lot of people out there doing impact investing right now, but they're not necessarily doing it with a biblical viewpoint. And from my standpoint, with Nehemiah's focus and intentionality in biblical entrepreneurship, this is where we need to be. And we need to be adding more capital to impact our world. To me, touching people, giving them hope is probably the biggest fruit that I see Nehemiah bringing to the table.